Hey guys, what's up? Stephen here, and we're back to another Roblox tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'm gonna teach you on some tips and also for decals in your game, how to edit the spawn location or the spawn location. Wherein supposedly it's a default, but you can't actually rotate it unless you because if you rotate it, it's going to be facing the other direction. So let's dive right into it. But before that, if you are unfamiliar on our end, we do upload tutorials daily, and we also have a series on how to make your own OB game. So go out there and check the videos that we have created and follow along our journey. So yeah, let's dive right into it. So in this case, we're gonna do some basics. So the basics are when you open a Roblox Studio for the first time and open an experience, like a totally blank space, you'll have a base plate, which on this case we have already deleted, and you would have this very basic spawn location. Now, this spawn location is something of a default in wherein if you play, the player would be spawned in within this circle. So it's either in the middle, in the upper left, or upper right. Now it has that default spawn location logo or decal. Now, what do you do to change it? Because sometimes it wouldn't really fit on how your game would look. Because it's like a plain Joe, something like that. So what you need to do is once you fix on your spawn location, like if it's facing that way or whatever you are in facing them, sometimes let's rotate this a bit. If I spawn, player would be facing that way. So all I just need to do is just rotate it to there. I believe this the other way around. Yeah, that's fine. So all you have to do is rotate it in where the actual spawn would happen, unless you want to actually code it. You can also code it. Not gonna show you that in this video because the much more optimal would just be rotating it, but you can definitely code it if you want to. If there's a scenario in where you can't really rotate the spawn location, but first and foremost, rotating is the best and easiest method to actually check on where you actually spawn or where your spawn is facing. In any case, we'd want to remove this decal, which is default by Roblox. So I have here our very own icon in our YouTube channel, and we're gonna be applying this texture. Okay, so I've applied the texture, and if you notice, the decal is kind of facing that way, wherein as soon as we spawn, we'd want to face this way. So we'd want to spawn something like this. So they could see that it's like a per 11 games. So in this case, we don't have an option to actually rotate the decal, but we do have an option of creating something on top of it. Let's say we're not gonna duplicate it, but we're just gonna copy the size, enter a part, enter a size, don't forget to anchor, and then maybe point one this, have it on the same spot of your, and then up it a bit, and then move on this part, and then under spawn location you can set it to decal, and then at this point you can freely rotate your decal without actually messing with your spawn location. So let's just remove the can collide and can query, and then if we play this, it should be facing that direction now. So a thing to note on decals are, let's say you have a big like you want to advertise or you want to put in a big picture. So you have to know the pixel of the one you're gonna try to input. If you know that the part will be very large, assume and create that your picture should be very large also, because if it's just on a, let's say, 512 on a 512 by 512 pixel, and then the part is very large, let's say 1920, it's gonna be pixelated. And that goes the same with if it's a very large picture and you're just gonna put it on a small one, it might pixelize too. So the best thing to do is try to match the size of your picture in the decal that you're trying to create. So in this case, I have a square pixel, and then I put in a square decal too. So in this case, I would not stretch it out because this is what's gonna happen if we stretch it out. So it's gonna be something like that. It doesn't look good. Maybe it's so-so, but it doesn't look good on our end. But if it's something like that, still a square but very very large. But if you notice that I'm already having a pixelized version in those cases. So I hope you learn something on the decal on how to apply it, and you can simply do that on every part that you have if it's not facing the other direction. And then one last thing that you notice is that there's always a face, and this is somewhat something like, let me copy this and paste it on the spawn location. So if I, since that is the top, if I put it on bottom, it would show like that. So uh, this decal is more on where exactly on the part, like every part has its own face. Let's say this is the top, the one is on the bottom, this one is the left, this side is the left, and this side is the right. And this would be the back, and this would be the front. So that's how the decals go. And if you want more in-depth knowledge on decals and textures, we do have a tutorial for that. So we'll put that down below in case you're interested in checking it out. And yeah, catch you on another video. Bye bye.